shortages, supply chain problems, truck drivers, workforce stoppages. You've got railroad strikes pending. You've got this Inflation Reduction Act adding $80 billion to the IRS's bankroll to hire 87,000 armed IRS agents to come after the lower and middle class. It's getting scary out here, guys. You got companies like Walmart and Target and Costco, Sam's Club. They're overwhelmed with inventory that's finally making it from the container ships from the ports that have been backed up for over a year. Many of these products that are coming off these container ships are, some of them are expired. There's excess inventory that these companies can't really do anything with. It's getting bad out here. You've got Lake Mead, Lake Powell water levels getting low. You've got hydroelectric power being critically low in terms of potentially affecting multiple states where the water levels are so low that hydroelectric power can't even be created. You've got companies like DoorDash pulling out of Walmart. I just saw that according to DoorDash, the relationship isn't mutually beneficial between the two companies anymore. So they've basically given Walmart 30 days and they're going to be pulling out. I'm going to share more details on that with you guys in a future video. But things are changing. Things are changing. We've got recessions being predicted for 2022, recession potentially being predicted for 2023. We've got the housing market crisis. There's a lot of things going on right now, and I got an email, and I've had a conversation with a truck driver, and he shared some really concerning information with me, and I'm going to share with you guys later in this video. But truckers are getting hit, and when truckers get hit, we get hit. Basically all costs roll downhill, and any truckers that are experiencing higher expenses, number one, they're going to pass those expenses, they're going to pass those higher costs on to whoever they're delivering for, whether it be Walmart, whether they're delivering from Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, Target, you name it. They're going to move these costs along. This is further adding to inflation, the inflationary pressures that we're facing each and every single day. Got a housing market crisis. I saw rent the other day for some nearby houses for rent. It was a I saw a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They were asking $2,500 a month for a single family 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. I saw a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house hitting the market for $2,800 a month. And I was actually talking to some renters recently, and they were saying that those same properties, a 3-2, used to not be $2,500 a month. Used to be more like $1,900 a month, $22,000 a month. And so we're seeing big jumps. That's like a $500 per month increase in rent rates. And similar to the 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, there was about that much of a jump. And what was crazy is that last year, $2,000 a month was really unheard of in the area for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for rent. So even at $2,000, that was high last year. It used to be somewhere around $1,600 or $1,700 a month. So over the course of 2 years, that's almost $1,000 increase in rent rates and rent prices. Housing prices aren't headed down anytime soon. You've got this Inflation Reduction Act that just passed and added $80 billion to the IRS's bankroll to hire 87,000 IRS, brand new IRS armed, and I should say armed IRS agents. And they're saying that this Inflation Reduction Act is going to be coming after the big wigs and the millionaires and billionaires that haven't been paying their fair share of taxes. But let's be honest, guys, you're not going to bring brand new, wet behind the ears, armed IRS agents after the experienced multi-billion-dollar companies and corporations. Those guys are going to get crushed. They're going to send those new IRS agents after people who can't really defend themselves, to the extent that millionaires, multi-millionaires, and billionaire company owners, corporation owners, they're going to send these new IRS agents after the little guy. They're going to get their experience and training coming after small time fish. So expect IRS audits to go up, and it's not going to be pretty. And they're coming after people who are already struggling to make ends meet. People are already living paycheck to paycheck right now. Now, truckers, they're bleeding cash. Truckers are bleeding cash. I used to talk to truckers that used to make $10,000 a month, and they had more work than they could deal with. They had more hauls and loads than they had time to pull. Now, truckers' loads are less profitable for a multitude of reasons. Number one, you've got these truckers have higher fuel costs than they had, say, 2 years ago. But also, these truckers have higher repair and maintenance expenses. And it's like a triple-edged sword that these truckers are now faced with many different companies, because they have such an excess of inventory. They don't want to pay as much to move these loads from the seaports, from these container ships out to the distribution centers, and it's affecting the supply chain. Now, I got an email, I got a text, and then I had a phone call with a trucker just yesterday. And this was really concerning, because he basically told me that he felt that he's about to lose his house. And, he's got a family, and basically what it boiled down to is this. He's in this situation where his truck is paid off, he doesn't have any financing on the truck, and he's been with this paid off truck generating a very good income for he and his family for the past several years. However, recently, as of 3 months ago, the truck needed some repair, and it's currently inoperable. And I don't know if that means it's inoperable because it can't move, or because of the different regulations for truckers. They have to, there's all these trucker inspections, and there's a lot of regulations and red tape that truckers have to follow and be in accordance with. But he told me that his truck required something like $6,000 in repairs, and that's not even the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that his truck has been down for 3 months, and the reason his truck has been down for 3 months is a combination of two things. Number one, the parts needed to repair the truck, they weren't available originally. So basically his truck was not available for a first month and a half, just waiting on parts. You had a supply chain problem with parts availability. You've got a lot of parts that are manufactured in China, and due to lockdowns, many of the factories are shut down in China, so the parts supplies are very low. So here you have a revenue generating vehicle, a revenue generating truck, semi-truck, that can't run. So he's used to generating somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 per month from his truck, but his truck is down. So, and according to him, he's not the only one that's experiencing this. More and more truckers are having this problem, where the truck needs maintenance, and so when the truck needs maintenance, if it's depending upon the level of and severity of the maintenance, the truck may have to just sit. It may need to just idle and be shut down until parts can be available. So let's just say, a month and a half goes by, he missed out on anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000, $10,000 and $15,000 for the past, month and a half. So let's just say he's making $15,000 a month, or for easy numbers, let's just say he's making $10,000 a month. If he's down for a month and a half, he lost $15,000 in revenue. That's the first problem. So he tells me that the parts finally came in after waiting a month and a half for parts. Now he's waiting on a diesel technician, because basically everyone's backed up. Diesel technicians, diesel mechanics, they're in short supply. And he's basically behind all these other semi-trucks that are waiting to have their trucks serviced, that are in line ahead of him. And so I'm like, dude, man, this is crazy. This is absolutely bananas. So he's looking at roughly another month and a half before he can get his truck back on the road. So that's 3 months. That is 3 months, zero revenue right now. And so it doesn't matter that he doesn't have financing on the truck. I guess it does, because he would have to have made a truck payment plus not have revenue to, during this time where his truck is down. And there's a lot of truckers that are in this situation. It boils down to the supply chain mess. It boils down to this labor shortage. And it's interesting how it seems like there's not a whole lot of new truck repairmen or truck mechanics, diesel mechanics coming into the scope of work, into the labor force, because there's a tremendous demand for them, but there's not enough of them. So this is a tremendous entrepreneurial opportunity for truck mechanics, diesel mechanics to, come onto the marketplace, either land a high paying job or even start their own business, repairing trucks, repairing diesel trucks and whatnot. But so look at it like this. So your truck is down, and this can be magnified across the United States. So your truck is down. Your truck is down, and the price that you're gonna make per load delivery is down. Where's your incentive to want to continue? And if you're used to making $15,000 a month, and your truck is down for 3 months, you've lost $45,000 just waiting to get back in the game. Meanwhile, you still have overhead operating expenses as an owner-operator, truck driver. You've got insurance, you've got licenses that you need to maintain, and there's just a lot that goes with owning and operating a trucking company. And I'm not a truck driver, but after talking with so many different truck drivers, and this one truck driver that I spoke with yesterday, he informed me of a lot that's going on. And what's scary is that he's concerned about losing his house. There's no income. There's no income right now. And once he does get his truck back on the road, more and more companies are paying less and less to haul loads. So it's like once the truck is running, yeah, he could start earning again, but now the rates are lower. So now he's essentially lost $45,000 or more during this wait period. Then when he comes back to work, who knows how much he's going to make at that point. We don't know what loads are going to pay in a month and a half from now. So this could mean more and more truck drivers may just call it quits and just shut down their trucking businesses for good. Because if it's not profitable, if they can do something else and make more money, maybe even reduce their liability, maybe these truckers decide, hey, let me try my hand at a different type of business. Let me try my hand at landing a job doing something else. This could further impact our supply chain. Things could really, really spiral out of control here. And I asked him, I said, well, have you ever thought about just getting a new truck? And so he gave me a couple of different scenarios. So on the one hand, if he were to get a new to him but used truck, he would be more than likely looking somewhere around $60,000 for this truck. Now, what's crazy is that same truck 4 years ago, which is about, I think he said he bought his truck 5 years ago. That same truck that's $60,000 today, you used to be able to all day long be able to buy the same type of truck for like $20,000. So, it's a double whammy. You got inflation, you've got used car prices higher, used truck prices higher, even new truck prices are higher. And so it's like, okay, he doesn't have a truck payment now. If he goes and invests in a new to him used truck for say $60,000, for example, he could be back on the road making money. But now he has a car payment or a truck payment, and so this is adding to his company's expenses in the face of declining revenues. So that is an option, but he really doesn't want to do that, just because as the business is there, but the amount of money that the business can make, they have cycles, they have booms, they have busts, they have market corrections, they have crashes. So this is what's happening right now, according to what I'm being told, in the trucking industry. And so the thing is, he could actually at least start generating some revenue, start making some profits again if he invests in this used truck. However, if that used truck ends up breaking down, because it could happen, he could buy a new used truck that's in great working condition, and then something happen either on the road or just something mechanically unforeseen causes the truck to need to be taken down for maintenance. Who knows how long this truck with a truck payment could be down for. And he said that the exact same thing could potentially happen if he were to buy a new truck. Now, he said if he bought a new truck, he'd be looking at well over six figures for, $100,000 plus for a brand new truck, which would be less likely to have any mechanical problems, but it's not ever guaranteed that you won't have mechanical problems. But I said, well, hey, what if you did buy a new truck, hypothetically, just looking at options, if you bought a new truck, it'd be brand new, less likely for mechanical failure with this diesel truck. Wouldn't you have a warranty? Wouldn't you have some kind of guarantee that if you had problems, you'd be taken care of? He said, yes, you would have a warranty, but you'd have the same problem waiting for repair if you needed it. So yeah, your truck's under warranty. You're not paying out of pocket to repair your truck. It's kind of like insurance for your business or insurance for your truck. You're not going to have to worry about paying for it. But the problem is you're still going to pay for it in the form of downtime. You, along with everybody else who's waiting on a diesel repair person, whether it's under warranty, whether the truck is under warranty, your semi-truck is under warranty or not, you're still waiting on the same cluster of dwindling diesel repairmen, and that's the problem. So yeah, no, you got a brand new truck, if you have a problem, probably not going to have to pay anything for the repairs, but you're certainly going to pay in the form of downtime. And your brand new truck that you paid $150,000 for, whether it's a Mack, whether it's a Volvo, whether it's a Mercedes-Benz truck, whether it's a Kenworth truck, could potentially sit inside of a dealership or truck repair place indefinitely until parts arrive and until there is a qualified diesel repair technician available to make the repair. So this is scary. This is scary. And it's like, I can't even tell him what to do. I couldn't tell him what to do. There was no clear answer on what do you do. Do you wait for your paid off truck to get repaired? Do you take a risk, buy a new used truck, hope you don't have any problems, but at least you can start making money tomorrow? Do you invest in a brand new truck and lower your likelihood of any type of semi-truck failure? But still, it doesn't eliminate it. The risk is still there, but it lowers it. But then you're spending so much more money on monthly payments for this new truck. It's a massive capital expense for the business. What do you do? All the while, meanwhile, so this is like one trucker's problem. But imagine like how many other truckers are dealing with the same problem right now. These truckers are driving down the street worried about mechanical failure, which is inevitable, and how catastrophic this could be for the family's income. And then from a grander scale, how catastrophic this can be for our supply chain as we know it, creating empty shelves if enough truckers can't deliver supplies, whether it's food, inventory, and whatnot. This is a huge problem. So, we got this whole Inflation Reduction Act that just got passed. You've got this clean energy effort that is clearly underway with the Biden administration. Where is the support? Where is the funding from the U.S. federal government to support the truckers? This is a huge problem, and this is a huge problem that is almost a national security issue. Imagine like the impact of wide-scale truckers having maintenance problems and can't get service. Everyone's going to be affected. The federal government, people like me and you, just average citizens, all of these different stores, anywhere from Best Buy to Walmart to Target, you name it, and we're talking food, we're talking anything that these retail establishments sell. And then you got railroad shortage. You've got a railroad strike. Still, it's a very delicate dance that's going on right now with that. So, got a lot of things that are marinating and could be potential headwinds for us. So, we have to stay prepared, guys. We have to stay vigilant, which is why it's always a good idea to stockpile things that you may need in the future. And especially as inflation's still going higher. Even though inflation's coming down, the CPI report most recently, it went from 9.1% CPI inflation to most recently I think it was like 8.6%. So the rate of inflation is trending down, but inflation is still causing everything to still be higher, because inflation's the rate of growth. It's the price growth rate. So basically, if you go from 9% growth to 8% growth, prices still went up by 8%. So let's just hypothetically say, 3 months from now, let's say inflation goes down to 7%. That doesn't mean prices have pulled back. That just means prices went up another 7%, but it was 7% versus at 8%. So things are still getting worse. Things are getting so much worse, and they will continue to get worse before they get better. So we have to prepare. People are talking about, how do I invest? What do I invest in? How do I stockpile? How do I prepare? How do I prep? And some of that prepping might be saying, hey, I'm gonna invest in things I need to. I'm gonna invest in things that I need tomorrow at today's prices, because tomorrow's prices are likely to be much higher, and I don't know if what I might need tomorrow will even be available regardless of the price. So anyway, I just want to share this quick update with you guys. I know we got a lot going on, but I want you guys to stay positive, keep the faith, and as we see more and more layoffs, I want you guys to be thinking about alternative ways of generating income to lessen the impact in case you and your families are impacted by layoffs in the coming weeks, months, and quarters. Got predictions from JP Morgan, got predictions from BlackRock about potential impending recessions, and we're seeing all sorts of estimates and predictions on how bad this future recession could be. So I want our prepping family to be prepared. You guys drop me some comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it this far in the video, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.